Blink Publishing presents Just a Child, written by Sammy Woodhouse and read by Katy Sobey. Prologue. It has been very hard to put myself back into the shoes of the trusting child I once was, but that's what I have tried to do in order to tell my story. I want to describe events as I lived through them as a girl, when I was too young to spot the dangers or see through the lies, and when I had none of the adult wisdom and insight I possess now. You may be shocked, incredulous even, at just how easy I was to exploit. I can scarcely believe it myself, and there have been many times during the writing of this book when I have thought, this doesn't make any sense. How could I have been so gullible? The answer is simple. I wasn't an adult then. I was a very vulnerable and impressionable child. Most of us forget exactly how we thought and felt as a child, and don't understand how our developing minds worked. But unfortunately, those who groom children do not. They are masters at getting inside a child's head and finding out what makes them tick, and they know exactly how to abuse that knowledge for their own gratification, stealing childhoods and wrecking lives as they go. I know all this now, but it took me many years to grasp the truth and to even begin to recognize I was groomed. I exposed the child sexual exploitation scandal in Rotherham by talking to the Times newspaper in 2013, when I felt nobody else would listen. This triggered the opening of every so-called historic case of child sexual exploitation, CSE, in South Yorkshire, and prompted the J report, which identified at least 1,400 victims in the town and shone a spotlight on the appalling scale of child grooming across the UK. In February 2016, I saw my abuser, Arshid Hussain, jailed for 35 years. He was the ringleader of a gang who groomed and sexually abused me and many other underage girls over a 16-year period. I told the court my life was shattered into a million pieces and that I felt I was held together by sticky tape. It's too late to recapture my childhood and my 20s. I am 32 now. But today I work with the police, schools, the NHS, and many other key agencies to help prevent more children from becoming victims and to help other survivors move on. I have suffered not only sexual abuse, but psychological abuse too. If I seem dispassionate about some of my recollections, that's because I was groomed to believe that feeling perpetually frightened and unhappy was normal. I suppressed my emotions as a method of surviving, and to this day, I am still learning how to express myself in the way most people take for granted. Some of the things that happened to me were so terrifying that professionals believe my brain stopped processing them. I pulled the mental shutters down when it became too much for my young mind to take, and many of my memories are buried deep, or lost. At the trial, I was referred to as Girl J, and in the past, I've used the pseudonym Jessica in the media. But it's time to leave that child in the past. My new life started on the day my abuser went to jail. I am Sammy Woodhouse, and this is my story. Chapter 1. I told you that you were beautiful. And the winner of our Little Miss Princess competition 1991 is Samantha Woodhouse. Mum cheered and started shouting loudly from the audience, "That's my babby! Well done, our Sammy! I'm right proud of you!" I beamed as two grinning comperes placed a silver tiara on top of my blonde curls, a satin sash across my white and pink dress, and presented me with a handmade sign that said "First" in thick black felt-tip pen. I had just turned 6 years old and had beaten off competition from scores of other little girls at the caravan park in Cleethorpes we stayed at every summer. "I told you that you were beautiful," Mum exclaimed, buzzing with happiness. "Come here, my princess. Let me give you a great big hug and a kiss." My mum, Julie, and Dad, Melvin, always made me feel special, and from as far back as I can remember, Mum told me I was a little star and that I could achieve anything I wanted. My parents were childhood sweethearts, born and bred in Rotherham, and they both worked hard and doted on my two older sisters and me. Our Kate was 11 years older than me, but there was just 15 months between me and our Lisa.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?